All right, we are back with more Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy. We are in Case 3, the infamous Turnabout Big Top in Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney 2. So here we go. We're in trial number 1. Let's see how it goes. June 21st, 9:48 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 3. What? Prosecutor Von Karma? You mean... No, I heard it's his successor this time. Successor? Manfred Von Karma was a really sinister man. He pulled all sorts of nasty tricks so he could win. He was a man obsessed with the word perfection. He had a perfect record for 40 long years. Who knows what sorts of dirty tricks he used to get each of those guilty verdicts. And now his successor. Wait a minute. I think this is actually the wrong save. Yeah, it loaded the wrong save. Oops. Forget everything that I said at the beginning there. We're actually interviewing this clown. Aha, that was my problem. It jumped to the manual save and not the autosave. Well, there we go. All right, so this is Mo. Whose real name is Lawrence Curls. So if you didn't get it, he's a play on the Three Stooges. Age 46, the ringmaster's old friend, a pleasant stooge of a clown. So let's see. Let's talk to him about the Very Big Circus. Could you please tell us more about the Very Big Circus? It's a very big story. You sure you got that kind of time? And the hits just keep on coming. This circus has been in business for 20 years. We all performed under the guidance of the ringmaster, Russell Berry. 20 years? Wow. Working in the circus is never easy, especially nowadays. With movies, TV, and bowling, there's just too much competition. But I love the circus. I love it too. I've been here for 20 years. We work hard to keep the show running. No one sends in the clowns on us. Nick, he just made a joke. Laugh. Har, 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 har. The ringmaster was a real big shot in the circus world, a real class act. Even when there were no customers, Russell would use his own money to pay me, because he knew that I had a family to care for. He was happy to take care of his employees. I see. How could anyone do that to such a wonderful man? What happened? Let's talk about that. Mo? Wiggity, 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 what? What is this? No, this came out in the mid-2000s, so it's like, wait, is that a Rick and Morty? No. No. Stand by for some 2000s memes, though, later in this series. I'm sorry, Mo. Nick was born without a sense of humor. Oh, don't worry about it. How can you fault someone for being born that way? Let's talk about the murder. Let's see. It must have taken place around 10 p.m. last night. After rehearsals were finished, I was tuckered out, so I came back here. After I went to bed, that's when I caught a peek of it. Caught a peek? Of the crime. Just as we suspected. This guy is the eyewitness to the crime. First, let's talk about Russell Berry. The ringmaster was truly ahead of his time. He would always add new elements to the show. New elements? When you've been a performer for a long time, your act starts getting a bit stale. I realize that even my act can get a bit long in the tooth. Sometimes my jokes can be a bit, old-fashioned. A bit long in the tooth? But that make-believer takes things too far. Make-believer? The magician, the one that thinks he's all high and mighty. He had the gall to say to me, "You're one of those funny types, right?" What does he mean, one of those? Well, the joke's on him now. On him? Yup, he got on everyone's nerves. The day of the murder. Go ahead. Oh, nope, no way. Just forget I said anything. I bet he's still hiding something about Max. What you witnessed. Let's talk about that. You say you saw the crime. Do you mind telling me what you saw? Well, the police told me that I can't share my story with others. Don't say a word, pal. I'm just gonna have to let those lips stay zipped. That's not fair. I guess you're right. Maybe I can tell you a few details, but only if you can get old Stiff Lips here to make with the funny. Stiff Lips? Wait, do you mean me? Nick, you can do it. What's the matter? Just getting ready. Okay. Do you know why I, Phoenix Wright, am a great lawyer? Because I'm right all the time. At least his expectations are low. I wouldn't let him quit his day job. Yeesh, cut a guy some slack. At least it was funnier than Chuckles over here. It wasn't the greatest joke I've heard, but you did try, so I'll tell you what I saw. I'm sorry he's incapable of being funny, Mo. That's one of those localization things that I wonder about, because Phoenix's name, as we know from Greatest Attorney, is Naruhodo in Japanese, and Naruhodo is an expression, I get it, basically. So I wonder what the pun was in Japanese. Obviously, that's one of those things that would be hard to localize. That night, once I had tucked myself into bed, I heard this amazing noise. It was incredibly loud. It sounded like a giant thump. And once I heard it, I jumped out of bed, and that's when I saw... Without question, without a doubt, it was that magician. That's all I saw, but it just proves how terrible that man actually is. He knows more about Max than he's letting on. All right, I guess I gotta can I present Max to him? Huh, if he thinks he can kill the Ringmaster, it's only just that he should die too. Mo? I'm sorry, I crossed the line, but he truly is a disgusting human being. Why do you hate him so much? Let me tell you this one story. The morning before the murder, something terrible happened. Max clonked Ben right over the head, as hard as he could. Ben? The ventriloquist with the speech impediment? You should go to the cafeteria and investigate for yourselves. The cafeteria? Let's just say there's gotta be something interesting there. Yes. The very big circus is very big, isn't it? You should always carry a map with you to get around. Ah, thank you. This is an atlas. I killed myself, really. I'm dying here. Coronary. Now he's just laughing to hear his own voice. A map of the very big circus. Okay. What about Russellberry? I've been friends with Russell ever since before the circus began. He was so selfless. He always thought about others before thinking of himself. I'll find a way to return the favor. He always took such good care of me. I wish I would have thanked him more than I did. All right. Regina Berry. Let's talk about her. That's the Ringmaster's daughter, Regina. Ever since she was a little girl, she's been watching the circus performances. Cute little puppy Maltese, that Regina. If only my Lorena was that cute. Lorena? Lorena is my daughter. She lives with her mother now. It's true what they say about the tears of a clown. Ben. Ah, Ben. How's he doing? He's a ventriloquist, isn't he? That's right. Boy, was I surprised when they told me his secret. He's got a second mouth where his belly button should be. Just kidding. Ben wouldn't tell me a single thing about the murder. Oh, that's a simple problem to solve. He won't talk if he doesn't have his puppet Trillo. Trillo? If Ben doesn't have his ventriloquist puppet, you'll barely get a word out of him. Really? Master and puppet. Okay, so we gotta find a puppet. Got it. What about Gumshoe? This isn't very funny. How am I supposed to know about people who aren't in the circus? Yeah, okay. What about Max? Huh. Maybe he thinks he can keep... Oh, never mind. We already talked about Max. That's right. Forgot about that. But what about yourself? Ah. What's the matter? Whenever I see my own nose, I'm reminded of my Italian heritage. I see. It must be because you have one of those Roman noses. Roman all over your face. I didn't cross the line there, did I? You went so far past it, you'll need a map to get back. Okay. I think we've exhausted all of our conversations with Mo. Hi, Gumshoe. Alright, bye, Gumshoe. Let's see. Circus entrance. Oh, we should probably look at the map he gave us. Let's check. So, wait, Acro on the 3rd floor. Interesting. Okay. Ringmaster's room and the cafeteria. So in the circus is the cafeteria. So let's head there. Big top. All right, here we go. Cafeteria. December 28th, the Big Top Cafeteria. Ew, this place is gross. This must be because of last night. They didn't have time to clean up after dinner because of the murder. That reminds me, what was it that Mo said? He said that yesterday morning Max clunked Ben over the head here. He also said that there's gotta be something interesting there. Nick, what's gotta be interesting? Don't ask. Alright. What's that? What's this? Must be a juice bottle or something. Oh yes, I'm sure it's juice. Ah, watch out, Nick. There's broken glass all over the floor. A broken bottle just lying in the middle of the floor. Do you think it means anything? There's gotta be something interesting there. Huh? Looks like we're going to have to go back and meet with him. Him? An orange juice bottle that was found broken on the cafeteria floor. Okay. Is that what we're supposed to look at? Because it already turned off the investigation music. What about over here? The kitchen is over here. Everyone must have taken turns cooking. There's a duty list posted here. I wouldn't mind trying my hand at cooking for this many people. Maya's killer hamburger. You'd try it, wouldn't you? Yep. Gotta love those traditional Japanese hamburgers. It looks like they've left it exactly as it was on the night of the murder. They didn't seem too worried about cleaning up the dishes, did they? Looking at all these dishes is making me hungry. Let's go get a burger at the snack stand outside. Once we're finished with the case. All right, then let's get this over with, Nick. Here we go! Whoa! Where's the mute button when you need it? Max, this is strange. There's nothing on top of this stand. Look here, Max is written on it. It must be his VIP table. Isn't it a bit small to be a VIP table? You won't be putting a 10-course meal on this. Well, he could still eat hamburgers, right? He could. I don't think with his physique he eats a lot of hamburgers, though. Keep our cafeteria clean. Doesn't seem like anyone ever read that sign, huh? Or maybe they should make it easier to understand. Clean it or die. Well, that would definitely make them clean up. Message board. Ah, bulletin board for, bulletins. Doesn't look like there aren't any useful clues posted here. Boring. Maybe we should leave a juicy tidbit for someone to read. Juicy? You know, like a fake clue? Maybe something like, message from the killer. Give it up, Maya. You know Gumshoe would take it all seriously. He would. He would. Alright. Oh, over here. There's dirty dishes all over the place. It must have been too hectic last night to clean up. You know I can't stand a mess, Nick. I think you and I should clean this place up for them. Ooh, why do we have to clean it up? 1, because I hate dirty cafeterias, and 2, because 1, Bear is repeating. But this is a crime scene. We can't clean it up. We have to preserve it for evidence. You know I really hate dirty cafeterias. Not as much as I hate cleaning dirty cafeterias. And then table. The chair's been knocked over. That's what it looks like. It almost looks as if someone knocked it over in a struggle, or used it for self-defense. Or maybe Regent just likes to eat his dinner in the cafeteria? That would be dangerous, letting a tiger eat in the or a lion eat in the cafeteria. All right. Let's see. Oh, wait. Let's move back and talk to Mo. The broken bottle. What do you think about it? Anything? Oh, no. No. It wasn't Mo. What about Gumshoe? Oh, yeah, no. Nope. Is it the ventriloquist guy? Let's see. Oh, yeah, he won't. Oh, I bet it's Max. We gotta go talk to Max. December 28th, Detention Center, Visitors Room. Oh, here's my two sweeties. Welcome to the Detention Center. Did he just call me his sweetie? Again? What's on today's agenda? What can I help you with? Well, we've gathered quite a few clues. Wonderfully fantabuloso! I mean, fabulous! That's why we came to meet with you again. What's wrong? Quit making such a scary face. Okay then, Max. Let's make this absolutely fabulous. Let's talk about the broken bottle. What about this? Fabulous. Do you like me to sign this for you? Nope. Silk hat. Ah, this is my silk hat. It's the only one of its kind in the world. It's one of my most prized possessions. This silk hat proves that I was somewhere else. Where did they find this? Sweetie? They found it at the murder scene. Oh! I don't know nothing about nothing. Max is so pathetic like this. Max must be really confused. Alright. And then his poster with the 3 famous symbols. But anyway, Max Galactica. We heard a lot about you at the circus, Max. You must mean from the dinosaurs? How were those Jurassic geriatrics? Max, you aren't very popular with the other performers, are you? Yes. Sweetie, that's what they call jealousy. Jealousy. They are absolutely jealous of my absolutely fabulous self. People who really understand can see the obvious differences between us. People who really understand. For instance, my sweetie pie. So Regina understands him, huh? I plan on getting married to her. She is truly my sweetie pie princess. Wow, that's so cool. It's already in the works. Oh? That's strange. Regina never said anything about actually marrying this Joker. Yes. Yep. What happened? You met with the ringmaster on the night of the murder? Yes. I was with him around 10 p.m. Once I was done with practice, I went to his room right after we finished. They found the ringmaster's body in the plaza in front of the lodging house. Yeah, I heard about that. He needed to step out for a bit, so I waited in his room for him to return. Huh? Sorry, Max. I have something I must attend to right now. Do you mind waiting for me right here? Well, it's pretty cold outside. Where's your coat? It's all right. I'll be right back. It should only take about 10 minutes. And then, I waited for him, but he never came back. Did he go to the plaza where the body was discovered? Possibly. The snow had tapered off a bit, but it was still very cold outside. But I have no idea what he went off to do. Let's talk about that meeting with Russell. There's a Cyclops on it. We probably have enough. Yeah. To break his Cyclops. Meeting with Russell. Last night, you met with the ringmaster, correct? To negotiate your salary and such. Exactly! We reached an agreement about the salary for my 6-month-old contract. That's the truth? The whole truth? What do you mean? You just went to his office to negotiate your new salary? I hate lies, and I hate liars even more. What are you insinuating? Do you have any proof that I did something other than negotiate my fee last night? Do we? The Silk Hat, yeah. Jeebles. What's the matter? Sweetie, you must have some wax build up in your ears. You haven't listened to me at all. Huh? You're still not listening, are you? I said that I hate lies. Oh. Seems this evidence isn't enough to make him confess. Alright. Do I have proof? Wait a minute. Yeah. Hang on, let's review the evidence, because I'm thinking we have the crime photo, which is whatever. The other thing I'm thinking of is the fact that he got an enormous raise a week ago. So why would he be negotiating the fee if he already got the... Yeah. Let's see about this. It was on the table in the ringmaster's room. You weren't lying when you said that you received quite a raise. Is there a problem with being well compensated? Not with the compensation, just with the date. This is dated a week ago. Ooh. Max, you finished your contract negotiations a week ago. Fabulous. All right, I'll tell you the truth. That night, the ringmaster called me to his room. He called you? Why'd he do that? Sorry, sweetie, that's private. The ringmaster called him. I wonder if there was some sort of problem. Max, perhaps you could share with me what you two spoke about. Well, not if I don't have to. Isn't this why the ringmaster called you into his room that night? Is it the... Oh, was it the fight? I bet it was the fight. Isn't this why you were called to the ringmaster's room that night? Where did you get that? The cafeteria, but you already knew that, didn't you? Of course. It fell and broke on the floor. He's still hiding something else. Max? What is it, my sweetie? It didn't fall and break on the floor. You used this bottle to... To what? What do I got? Max G... Made to order... Wait a minute. Do we have to present a person? Well, he attacked Ben with it, right? Yeah. Ben. You nailed him over the head with this bottle, didn't you? Ooh. And that's why you got called to the ringmaster's room that night. Fabulous! You might as well be a magician. All right. We got it. Meeting with Russell. The truth is, yesterday morning during breakfast, we had a run-in. You mean you had a fight with Ben, the ventriloquist? You could put it that way. Why did you fight with him? Ben seems like such a quiet man. We fought about my sweetie pie. You mean Regina? That ill-bred creep told my sweetie pie princess that he was in love with her. Would you put up with that? Ill-bred? Are you talking about the same Ben? Told her he was in love with her. Are you sure this is Ben we're talking about? All I can say is that he made me mad, and I had to tap him on his hard head. That's when the ringmaster called me, and I realized that it was my chance. Your chance? That's when I went to his room and I laid it all out on the table. I asked him to let me marry my sweetie pie. What? The ringmaster told me that it sounds good to me. That's why my sweetie pie is my sweetie pie, and no one else's. I see. Since Ben was causing me so much trouble, I realized I had to shut him up. Shut him up? Yeah, what do you mean by shut him up? What do you mean by shut him up? You don't know, do you, my sweeties? Trillo can't say a word. Not without Ben. Trillo? The puppet. The ventriloquist puppet. His real name is Trillo Quist. But a puppet doesn't talk. I know! That's why I hid it. Before the police came and took me away, of course. If that puppet started flapping off at the balsa, I'd be screwed. You hid him? You mean the ventriloquist puppet? You are so smart, sweetie. Where did you hide him? What? Oh, sweetie. You're not thinking of trying to add him to my defense, are you? Well, Ben does seem awfully lonely without his puppet. Fabulous! That should have taught him a lesson. Okay. I hid Trillo in the ringmaster's room. You don't mind going there and getting Trillo for me, do you, my sweets? No problem. None at all. Thank you, Max. You know I can't stand to see my sweeties in a jam. Then don't go hiding puppets. Okay. Circus. December 28th, very big circus, circus entrance. Huh? Ben's not here anymore. Yeah, I wanted to ask him something. It's cold out. He's probably in the tent. Probably. December 28th, very big circus, big top. What do you think, Nick? I wonder if we've been making any progress. Don't be so negative. Of course we're making progress. But everyone loved the ringmaster, and there's no sign of footprints on the scene. There's still a lot of mysteries left to be solved. Of course. And now Regina isn't here. I'm not seeing how that's related. Alright, so ringmaster's room. December 28th, big top, ringmaster's room. Looks the same as always. A great big mess. Considering how messy it is, I bet they wouldn't notice if another poster went missing. Will you just stop it, you poster pilferer? I'm just kidding. You know I already got one of those posters. You mean stole one of those posters. Yeah, let's focus on what Max told us. He said that he hid Trillo somewhere in this room. Trillo. Oh, yeah, the ventriloquist puppet. Alright, where would a puppet be hidden? Over here? Nick, look at all the cute trophies. Indeed, just look at all the awards the circus has won. Like, All-Country Quiz Champions, Ringmasters Association Mini Golf Master, Beer Belly Balloon Bounce Champ, Pet Grooming Grand Prix. Wow, Ringmaster was multi-talented in ways I could have never imagined. There's something shoved under the bookshelf. This is... That's Trillo. That's Ben's puppet. I think you're right. We'll give it back to him later. Alright, a ventriloquist puppet, an operatic tenor who doubles as Ben's sidekick. Got it. Why do I have to carry this thing? Let's go find him. Is he outside? No. Is he in the cafeteria? December 28th, Big Top, cafeteria. Oh, hey, Ben. Hello? Hello to you, too. It's awfully cold today, don't you agree? Yes, I do indeed. Don't you think it's cold, Nick? I don't see how talking about the weather is helping our case. Alright. Here, have it. Ah, Ben, this is yours, isn't it? Yes, that's mine. Here you go. Trillo Quist returned to Ben. Alright, Maya, let's get going. It's that time, isn't it? See you around, Ben. Oh, okay. So, Nick, where are we going next? Let's see. Maybe we should go talk to the clown once again. Hey, wait! Who said that? What are you looking at? I'm right here, you blind wench. What's your problem, anyways? Don't you know how to properly greet someone? Ben, is that you, Ben? No, I would never. It was me, yeah, me. Down here. You're Trillo? That is Mr. Quist to you, sir. Learn some manners before you just blurt out my name. Now try speaking to me again, but this time with some proper respect. Not again. Mr. Quist, is that better? No! Look at me when I'm talking to you, you 8-bit excuse for an attorney. Trillo, we talked about insulting people. You promised. But he was mocking me. Not being mean to bullies was not included in the deal. I'm sorry, Trillo. Nick, what just happened? Trillo is still a puppet, right? A ventriloquist puppet. Hey! Who do you think you are, calling me a puppet? Okay. What happened? Tell us what you know about the murder. You talking to me? I said, you talking to me? Don't look at him when you're talking to me. Trillo Quist, you behave, young man. Shut up, Woody. What murder are you talking about? You mean the one where they off the old man? I guess so. No need to make such a fuss about things. That old mutt paid us all peanuts. Trillo, you can't say things like that. I didn't raise you to be that kind of puppet. Don't you have nerve pills or something to take right now? These two are really an odd couple, aren't they, Nick? Okay, I'll talk. Gramps got clobbered over the head. All right, very big circus next. Let me lay it out for you. The pay sucks, the clown sucks, and my partner has his hand up my pants. Your partner? You mean Ben? Yeah, the creepy old guy who never finds it in himself to leave me alone. Tell him to back off for me, will you? He's just another one of the dorks around here. Oh, my. But I'll be fair. In this cesspool of human garbage, masquerading as performers, I found my Madonna. Your Madonna? Regina, my lovely Regina. She is stunning, right, Ben? Well, I'm not sure if I would go that far. You'll have to excuse him. He doesn't understand what he speaks. I, on the other hand, am an appreciator of true beauty, hence why I shall marry her. Marry? All right, let's talk about the flying fraud first. The ringmaster got knocked upside his cheap head by that flying fraud. You mean Max Galactica? Why do you say that? Trillo, straighten up. Don't accuse people like that. Straighten up? I'm made of wood. Besides, you were there. You know what happened. You were there? If you're that interested, then I'll let you in on the facts. Let's talk about marriage next. You're going to marry Regina? That's right. She doesn't quite realize the joy that awaits her, does she? I think I'm beginning to see why she seemed troubled. Well, I don't care. It's my choice, not hers. We're getting hitched. I know you think that, but what? I gave her a special gift. I gave her the wonderful gift of song. You gave her a song? Well, I am a renowned tenor. You'll be happy to know that I've decided to grace you with one of my songs. Me. I want you to touch me. I want you to kiss me. I want you to... the rest is private. Well, the melody is pretty good. But those lyrics, I think they need a little work. Who asked you? I'm the artist here. Thanks. Now that Trillo's here, does that mean you can talk normally now? Hey, buttface! Ah! He must be looking forward to tomorrow, aren't you, Mr. Ambulance Chaser? You know, it's time to get rid of that pesky magician, once and for all. Trillo? Enough jibber jabber. Let's get the court already. Hey, wait a sec. Nick, what's going on? He's a witness for tomorrow's trial. Yeah, that's not great. December 28th, very big circus, big top. What in the world happened with Ben and Trillo? Quite a pair of those two. What did that puppet see anyway? Oh no, now what? Ah, yow! Ah! Hey, welcome back, Nick. That monkey. Ah! My badge! That monkey stole it! What? Mr. Attorney, That face was so cute! He looked so completely dumbfounded. Regina! You! That monkey! Hey, no need to get angry, okay? But my attorney's badge! Oh, don't worry, I'll help you out. Okay, if you say so. If I don't get my badge back, how can I flash it? By the way, the monkey's name is Money. Money the monkey. His name is Money? Maya wants to return to Monkey? Alright. Money the monkey. Alright, fine, we'll talk to you some more. The monkey is called Money? Yes. Well, the rich ape just stole my attorney's badge. Mind if I get that back? I'll see what I can do. Even I have money problems. Huh? Whenever Money sees something shiny, he takes it back home. That's pretty funny. Well, I guess I'll just have to find out where Money disappeared to. I think that's your best bet. You should probably ask Uncle Mo. He might know. Huh? You don't know? Well, Money isn't exactly someone I'm on friendly terms with. What? He's not really the kind of animal I work with, even if he does need taming. Oh, I see. Go to Mo's. I guess it is time that I revisit that kooky clown. Ben and Trillo. Yeah, let's talk about them. Do you mind telling us a bit about Ben? Ben? Oh, you mean the guy that's always hanging around with Trillo? What do you mean, hanging around? Well, he was there when Trillo told me that he was in love with me. Trillo told you he was in love with you? Yes, he did. Kinda cute, don't you think? He's so smart, and he's such a wonderful singer. I love him. But what about Ben? What about Ben? He's got nothing to do with me loving Trillo. Like sand through the hourglass. So are the days of the circus. Yeah. Okay. Proposal. Yeah, let's talk about that. Regina, you were proposed to, weren't you? Proposed to? No, that won't be for a while. Huh? Really? That's strange, isn't it, Nick? Yeah, Max and Trillo both said otherwise. They said they asked for her hand in marriage. But Max only talked to the ringmaster about it. I forgot about that. He asked the ringmaster for her hand, not Regina directly. So I guess Trillo hasn't asked her directly yet. What? He's gonna propose to me? I'm so confused. How about you, Maya? Huh? What? Who do you think I should go for, Max or Trillo? Wait. You do realize that Trillo is a puppet? Huh? I don't care that he's a bit stiff. Oh, boy. Okay. Yeah. Is there anything else worth talking about with her? Probably not. Let's go talk to Mo. Hey, is Gumshoe gone? December 28th, Lodging House Plaza. Huh? Detective Gumshoe took off already. Yeah, probably because we ditched him earlier. I bet he and the other cops got lonely and headed back to the precinct. Alright, Mo's room. December 28th, Lodging House, first floor, Mo's room. Oh my! If it isn't Mr. Wright all the time. It's alright to be wrong every now and then, right? See, Nick? It just took a while for the joke to find its audience. What can I do for you? Do you remember a good joke you wanted to tell me? Pull up a chair, or maybe just pull my finger and let me have it. We're going to get the same sound effect either way, aren't we? How'd you know I put a whoopee cushion on the chair? You really know what it takes to be a clown, don't you? Okay, Regina. So about Regina. Regina is such a pure, innocent child. She's such a cutie, too. She was born and raised in the circus, you know? But that means she doesn't really know much about the world outside the big top. Sounds like Pearly. For her, every child's dream of the circus is her everyday reality. She lives in a dream world. She sees dancing wild animals, men flying in the air, and one very funny clown every day. The funny thing is, that all seems normal to her because it is her everyday life. I guess that explains why she thinks she can marry a ventriloquist puppet. Don't ask me if her reality is a good thing or a bad thing, though. A clown sees life simply, without complications. Talk about Money the monkey. Have you ever heard of a monkey named Money? Ah, yes, Money. He stole my attorney's badge. Well, Money does love shiny objects. Makes sense that he swiped your badge. But under no circumstances can you chase after him. Huh? Why's that? Oh, I know. You don't want to get involved in any monkey business, right? Exactly! Bravo! Bravo! Enough joking around, though. Money isn't considered a member of Regina's family. Then who does he belong to? I'll be happy to take you to where his owner is staying. You mean right now? Of course! Shall we go? Should we go with him now or wait a while? Let's go. Where's this? December 28th, lodging house, 3rd floor, Acro's room. Okay. Oh yeah, that was on the map. This is it. What's wrong, Mr. Wright? I can't breathe. Don't be such a wimp. You only had to climb 2 flights of stairs. Anyways, this is the place. Acro's room. Acro? He's an acrobat. Seems like he's not around today. That's a big pile of junk over in the corner. I don't think it'd be wrong to assume that Phoenix's stuff is over there too. Just be careful to make sure you've got the right stuff. Thanks, Mo. See you later. Money has been added to the court record. Oh, so he's going to be important. I'm sure he will be. Interesting. There's a dumbbell, a bed, a lot of stuff to work out. That's interesting. Holy cow. There's a fork and a mirror. Everything's shiny. There's even a really cheap-looking knockoff wristwatch. Look at this. It's a trophy, and it's really heavy. Nick, I found it. Your badge. It's right here. Attorney's badge. My all-important badge. Thanks. You really saved me. Uh-huh. What's the matter? Did you find something? Yeah, check this out. It's a ring. There's something engraved on it. From T to R. Wait. From Trillo to Regina? Right? Yeah, it's gotta be. Well, I think it's about time we wrap up our investigation. Do you think we'll win in court tomorrow? Who knows? I mean, I can't imagine what kind of testimony will come out tomorrow. I'm guessing Mo will be a witness in court tomorrow. Mo and maybe the puppet. Don't worry, Nick. No matter what, we've still got a magician on our side. That's good, because we might need some magic tomorrow. All right. We finished that incredibly long investigation sequence, and now we are properly going into the next part, which is the trial. December 29th, 9:43 a.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby number 5. Good morning, Max. Max? Milk. What? I don't have a glass of milk before I go on stage. I just can't function, sweetie. This is a stage. Don't worry, it won't be a stage. All I have to do is sit down. I guess. Nick? Max is really nervous. That's understandable. Hey, my sweeties. What? You don't think I should fly, do you? Huh? You know, you've got to make a good impression. When I enter the room, maybe I should fly in and warm up the crowd a little. No. We can't be having you fly around the courtroom. It just wouldn't be right. Imagine if you hit someone. Don't worry, Max. Just do what Nick says and everything will be okay. Oh, sweetie. What is it this time, Max? Why don't you try flying into the courtroom? Huh? I can see it now. The dashing young lawyer flying fabulously in from above. One glimpse of that and everyone in the room will be on your side. Max, really, no one needs to fly today. Nick, what's with that look in your eyes? I like the sound of that. Dashing young lawyer flying fabulously. December 29th, 10 a.m., District Court. Courtroom number 2. And that's how Phoenix Wright got into Marvel vs. Capcom 3. And now the case of one... What? Your Honor, get on with it. Oh, sorry. I just realized the defendant's name is Billy Bob Johns. So... Well, isn't the defendant also known as Maximilian Galactica? Yes, Your Honor. He does often go by that name. You know, my grandchild is a huge fan of his. I think everyone here wouldn't mind if we called the defendant Maximilian Galactica. It sounds more friendly. I wonder if that is to our advantage. Miss Von Karma, your opening statement, if you please. I hope you didn't bother thinking you'd win this one, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Huh? That spirit channeling trial was a sham. I refuse to acknowledge its legitimacy. It did not count. Do you hear me? She must still be upset about what happened last time. You have no chance. Zero. Zilch. Nada. I am not losing this case. Why, you ask? Because it is not in the nature of a Von Karma to lose at anything. I guess being born with the name Von Karma is a freak past to be arrogant and annoying. Watch and learn, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I'll show you the textbook procedure for proving how absolutely guilty you are. Me? Guilty? Wow, what are you talking about? It will be my ultimate revenge. But it's not like it'll bring her dad back. There. Opening statement complete. Now, let's hurry and wrap up this waste of time. Very well. You may call your first witness, Miss Von Karma. Detective Dick Gumshoe, get up there. Now! Sorry to keep you from work, as I'm sure you need every penny you can earn, Detective. Don't mention it. It's no trouble at all. I've been looking forward to this. Very well. I would like you to begin by shedding light on the events in question. At your service, sir. All right, Detective. You may proceed with your testimony. Witness testimony, details of the events. Here we go. The night of the crime, snow was falling until 9:40 p.m., making it extremely cold out. All of the circus performers were gathered in the big top to practice their routines. The practice session broke up around 10 p.m. The murder itself took place in the plaza in front of the lodging house at 10:15 p.m. The victim was found bent over a wooden box, dead as a doornail. The cause of death was blunt force trauma that snapped a vertebrae in his neck. I see. He was beaten to death. Here is the autopsy report for the victim. The court accepts this into evidence. Russell's autopsy report, time of death, 10:15 p.m., caused blunt force trauma to the back of the head. Got it. A blunt object. Very well. Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. All right, details of the events. Oh, we actually get to question him on this one. All right. Cold out, okay? Let me ask you about the snow. It was nearly a blizzard up until the time of the crime. Did it pile up? It wasn't such a big deal. Maybe about 1.5 inches was on the ground. The snow froze in place and stayed on the ground until the next day. The snow. Let me see. There's gotta be more to this. What's the matter, Nick? I need to take a look at the court record. Mr. Gumshoe, what were the members of the circus doing on the night of the crime? And the circus performers were gathered in the big top, right. When you say all of the circus performers, who do you mean? Everyone but the dancers and staff were there. Regina the animal tamer, Mo the clown, Ben the ventriloquist, and of course the defendant, Maximilian Galactica, and his victim, the ringmaster. Oh, I almost forgot, Regent the tiger was there as well. Out of curiosity, what about that circus monkey? When I was investigating yesterday, he happened to snatch my wristwatch. Detective, you're welcome to file a police report after these proceedings. Oh, the cheap wristwatch, it was his. The practice session broke up around 10. After the practice was over, where did everyone head off to? Regina was playing with Regent while Mo went back to his room, tired from work. Ben the ventriloquist went to the front gate, absorbed in his own world. The ringmaster and Max went off to the ringmaster's room to talk privately. Talk privately, huh? Well, that's awfully suspicious. You wouldn't happen to know what they were talking about, would you? It seems they were negotiating Max's salary, which we know is not true. Actually, Max was asking for Regina's hand in marriage. The murder itself took place in the plaza. Okay. I'd like you to be a bit more specific about the events at 10:15 p.m. Okay. Not a problem, pal. We've got a witness that told us how the whole thing went down. Ow! This is totally meaningless. Time to move on. All right. We'll just have to revisit that testimony later. Detective Gumshoe, would you mind telling us how the victim met his end? Victim was found bent over a wooden box, right? A wooden box. That's right. The victim must have been carrying the wooden box when he was killed. Carrying the box, huh? It was a rather strange wooden box, Your Honor. What do you mean? Well, it was much heavier than it looked, not to mention it was locked. Locked, you say? The victim was hunched over this 20-pound box. It boasts a small but strong lock. This may be our only chance. I might as well ask some questions. Maybe about the contents? Do you mind telling us what was inside that box? Well, when we found the box, it was locked tighter than Fort Knox. So we took it back to the station and cracked it open. All that was inside was this little bottle. A bottle? What is that, Detective? Exactly what it looks like, Your Honor. It's a condiment bottle. What's inside the bottle? It's filled with pepper. Pepper? Why in the world was it locked in that big box? There was only one little bottle in that huge box. I wonder if that has some sort of special meaning. Found inside the wooden box the victim was hunched over. Contains pepper. Huh. Cause of death was blunt force trauma. Right. According to the autopsy report, the murder weapon was a blunt object, correct? You've done your homework, pal. And you haven't found this murder weapon, have you? The police are searching for it as we speak. My theory is that it is something the perpetrator ran off with. You would think so, especially since you didn't find it on the scene. Oh, no. I bet he made it disappear with magic. Ho, 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 ho. Well, I think we have a good feel for the details of the event now. I guess that's all we're going to get out of Gumshoe in this case. You mean all we're going to get out of him is that little bottle of pepper? Now that we have wrapped up with the detective, I would like to call my next witness. Hey, I'm not even off the stand yet. Obviously, but that's due to you being slow and unable to take a hint. I don't know, but wrapped up has such a mean sound to it. I'm a sensitive guy. Thank you very much, Detective Gumshoe. You may step down. Miss Von Kammer, call your next witness. I would like to call Mr. Benjamin Woodman to the stand. She must be talking about Ben the ventriloquist. I wonder if Trillo will show up on the stand as well. Uh-huh. Please state your name and occupation for the record. My name is Triloquist. Oh, is it Trillo talking? It is Trillo talking. Okay. My name is Triloquist. I am employed as an operatic tenor. Excuse me? The witness called to the stand was one Mr. Benjamin Woodman, ventriloquist. That robe must be cutting off your circulation. I said that I was a singer. Maybe you don't believe me. Fine, I'll grace you with a song. Me. The world of the law, exciting and daring, guilt or innocence, decided by a judge dressed up like a woman. Well, what do you think? It had a good rhythm. It's just the lyrics. They leave something to be desired, so to speak. Trillo, you know better than to insult the judge. Base Trillo. Shut up! Just look at your nose. You would think you'd have the sense to fix it. It's so ugly I would have punched you in the face on the off chance swelling would help. You know that your nose is the reason you'd never be a A-list star. Celebrities must really enjoy saying everything that flashes into their minds. What's going on here? Order! I demand to know who this witness is. Don't worry about me, sir. I'll let Trillo handle this. I'm not worried about you one bit. I'm worried about getting testimony in my Ow! You won't get anywhere. I'm trying to figure out this witness. Now, let's proceed. What you witnessed. Once practice was over, I left the tent with the stooge. I mean the clown. Then once we got to the lodging house, I ditched him and went back to the plaza's entrance. And that's when I saw Max heading towards the scene of the crime. He was the only one heading that way. How could that punk not be the killer? Then the police showed up and took Magic Boy away. You saw Maximilian Galactica heading towards the scene? You're sure of that? Without a doubt, he had on his silk hat, cloak, and the dumb white roses on his chest. Wait, isn't that the 3 symbols? Wait. Can I look at this? Yes. Yeah, the 3 symbols. It is the hat, the cloak, and the white roses. Oh, I just want to point out that would also be extremely easy to disguise oneself as, but you know. How can you mistake someone with that crazy get-up and his nose stuck up so high? That's enough. I think we all get the picture. Just one thing. You said you ditched the clown? That's right, Dress Boy. Well, since you went with him, couldn't that mean the clown committed the crime? He's got a point. What a shame. It was a nice theory. But the clown can't be the culprit. Why is that? Here is absolute proof. Silk hat? This was found at the scene of the crime. It belongs to the defendant. Ah. Without question, he was wearing his signature hat during practice. If the clown was the murderer, there would be no reason for this hat to be at the scene. Unless he was getting framed, that's all. Well done, Miss Von Karma. Your prosecutorial skills are unrivaled. Well done. Thank you for stating the obvious. Mr. Phoenix Wright, what do you have to say? Oh, okay. I guess she's the boss again today. What you witnessed. All right, let's go. Left. All right. The clown. You're talking about Mo? Of course I'm talking about that old fart. He's so pathetic, I can't stand it. Just a little bit of exercise and his makeup is running all over the place. Once practice was over, he was 9/10 of the way to keeling over for good. Poor guy. We didn't have any choice, so Ben took him back to his room. When it comes to being a first-place loser, that guy's ahead of the pack. Then what happened? Once we got to the lodging, I ditched him and went back to the plaza. Got it. Why the plaza's entrance? To do some thinking, of course. It was awfully cold out that night, especially with all the snow around. Wouldn't thinking in your nice warm lodging house have been a better idea? Mr. Phoenix Wright, I think you should leave the thinking to the witness. But I'm a good thunker. At least my teachers always said I was. That's when I saw Max heading towards the scene of the crime. Are you sure it was really Max Galactica? Of course I'm sure. How could you mistake someone wearing such a snobby 3-piece getup? Snobby 3-piece getup? Get the wax out of your ears, lawyers. Nowadays, you're like talking to a brick wall. Max's 3-piece getup. Jeez. Could you be any more dense? All together now. Silk hat, cloak, white roses. Thank you. Nick, I think you should put a little bit more effort in preparing your questions. Only one heading that way. How could that punk not be the killer? Okay. You saw Max and only Max, right, Trillo? That's right, and that makes him the killer. There was only one person headed that way that night. That makes quite a bit of sense, and makes Max one suspicious character. There's more to this story than meets the eye. Is there something amiss in this? Ben only saw Max? Yeah. That's a bit strange, don't you think? What's strange? That you only saw Max. Doesn't it seem like you should have seen someone else as well? What? Where are you going with this, Mr. Wright? Who else do you suppose this witness could have seen? Well, the ringmaster, right? That's the victim. That's correct. If Trillo was at the entrance to the plaza, he should have seen the ringmaster as well. Ah! Obviously, the ringmaster arrived at the scene of the crime before the witness could have seen it. Anyone with sense could have figured that one out. What are you talking about? The ringmaster and Max went together to the ringmaster's room. Is that according to the defendant? A likely story. If Maximilian Galactica was supposed to be in the ringmaster's room, why was he, just as the witness stated, at the scene of the crime? Oh! I see. It seems that at this stage I have no reason to doubt this witness's testimony. And there are clearly no conclusive contradictions. He's right. A brilliant judgment, Your Honor. Now, let's move along with the testimony. Trillo wouldn't happen to have an ulterior motive for incriminating Max, would he? Well, Max is part of that bitter love triangle with Regina, which is probably why Max conked him over the head. Nick? Wasn't Ben the one who got knocked over the head? Yeah, I think so. I don't know anymore. Alright. Let's see. Okay. I don't think so. Let's see. Then the police showed up and took the magic boy away. Oh, I didn't press that one yet. Okay. Around what time did the police arrive at the scene? I suppose that would have been around... Hey, what time was it? Oh, I think it was around, I'd say a bit after 10:30 p.m., I think. Practice ended at 10 p.m., so you hung around the lodging house the entire time? I guess that sounds about right. Wasn't it awfully cold? Can't believe you just stand outside in that weather. Well, the truth is... Will you shut up, you big-nosed dope? Why are you telling him anything extra? Why can't you believe that we just stand outside in that weather? Well, maybe you were waiting for someone? What? Who said we were waiting for someone? Mr. Phoenix Wright, we can all do without your off-handed theories. But this witness, he's cracking under the pressure already. I'm on to something. Mr. Wright. What do you suppose the witness was waiting for out in the cold that night? Wait, the ring. P to R. It was Regina. Well, if he was waiting outside in the cold, it was for one person. And one person only. He was waiting for the animal tamer, Regina. What? You were waiting outside for Regina to come back to the lodging house. Am I mistaken? Is this true? Well, you can't really ask me that question. Who cares who I was waiting for that night? What's important is what I saw. Don't you forget it. Well. This puppet may be a bit stiff, but he's right. All right. There is obviously a reason why this witness was there that night. He spent all that time waiting for Regina to arrive. Moreover, even if someone else would have walked right in front of him, I doubt he would have paid them a second thought. Ah! That makes perfect sense. What did you just say? The witness saw the defendant at the scene of the crime. However, he did not see the victim on the way to his eventual demise. If you accept that, then you must accept that there is a high likelihood that he could have missed someone else other than Max heading to the... Ow! There is absolutely no proof that the witness was waiting for the animal tamer. I guess you got me. All right, I'll spill the beans for real this time. It's true. I was waiting for Regina. Payne, don't volunteer things. Mr. Quist, tell us the truth this time, and I mean the whole truth. Were you or were you not waiting for Regina at the entrance to the lodging house? I was. I was waiting to propose to her. You were what? Waiting to propose? What's the matter? You think the Tupins have a monopoly on marriage? The matter of puppet marriage is not under review in this case. You're the judge. I mean, Look at your horrible outfit. More pain. Huh. Thanks to your bumbling, my perfect plan is not so perfect anymore. Now we have to waste time getting to the bottom of some silly proposal by a puppet. Alright, about the proposal. Don't be so surprised that I was going to propose to Regina. I even had something to give to her. I kept it in my pocket, waiting for the chance to propose and give it to her. Of course, I also had it in my pocket that night. It was a present for her. In the end, I wasn't able to give it to her, so I've still got it in my pocket. You were going to propose? A puppet? Don't be so obtuse. Just because I'm a puppet doesn't mean I can't love. I guess you're right. Just because I'm old doesn't mean I couldn't propose to her too. Exactly. His honor is looking a little less than honorable right now. Okay, Mr. Wright. Please continue with your cross-examination. Ugh. What's with that sigh at the end? About the proposal. Well, I mean, I see something pretty huge right away. Let's see. I'll be so surprised. By proposal, you mean proposing marriage, correct? To Regina? Of course, that's what I meant. What kind of stupid question is that? I wasn't gonna propose that we become some sort of outlaw biker gang together. Right, Ben? Yeah. Got it? That's the truth. Alright. Even had something to give to her. What was it exactly that you were planning on giving her? You know exactly what I was gonna give her, numbskull. The only thing I could find that could match Regina's beauty. Answer his question. What was it? You're gonna die when you hear this. It's an engagement ring. Engagement ring? Wow, those two nearly fell out of their chairs. Mr. Phoenix Wright's joke has gone too far. Time for this to end right here. Francisco's whip looks like it's about to lash out at almost anything. One hit from that thing will probably shut someone up for a long time. Push on. It may be something of a joke, but this is a historic moment. The first time that a puppet has ever proposed to a human being. Ow! I advise you to cut this argument short. I'm going to have to agree with the defense here. Will the witness please revise their testimony? Specifically about the engagement ring, I'd like to stick to facts, not sociology. You sure do enjoy sweating the details, especially for a man in a black bathrobe. I plan on giving an engagement ring to Regina, okay? An engagement ring? Uh-huh. It's actually a diamond-shaped stone cut from glass. Even more brilliant than the real thing. I think Regina is gonna love it. It's just a ring. What's the matter, Nick? Well, there's gotta be something I can catch him on. I kept it in my pocket. Right. Whose pocket was the ring in? Mine, of course. What a stupid question. You gotta be kidding me. You think Ben could pull that off? I'm sorry. Really? You don't have to apologize for that. He's the one who should be apologizing. Really? Of course, I also had it in my pocket that night. It was a present for her, right? Okay. So you went to the lodging house to give it to her? That's right. I tried to give it to her during practice so many times that I lost count, but that uppity snob kept getting in the way. Uppity snob? He couldn't possibly be talking about me, Maximilian Galactica. When I get a hold of him, I'm gonna saw his wood block in half, and not with magic. Well, I always say that love creates rivalries. So what about this present? In the end, I wasn't able to, so I've still got it in my pocket. Uh-huh. So you're still thinking about trying to give it to Regina? Of course I am. I spent 3 months' salary on this thing. I'm not gonna give up that easily. I wonder how much he receives for appearing in the circus. Probably way more than he deserves. How about it, Nick? I think it's about time to unwrap this toy's testimony. And that's the spirit, Nick. Give him heck. The judge has that dazed and confused look again. Maybe he should get out more. Let's see. I wouldn't be so surprised that I was going to propose to Regina. Let's see. And the ring. Trillo, do you mind if I show you something? What is it? What are you talking about? Uh-oh, looks like they're gonna double team me now. Do you recognize this ring? Ah, that's mine! Give it back! Thief! Thief! Didn't you just testify about this very object? I believe you said, in the end, I wasn't able to give it to her, so I've still got it in my pocket. Why then do I have it right here? Ah! What is going on here? That's... Ben, say something. Don't put me on the spot like that, Trillo. I found this in Money's room. Money's room? You mean a room they put money in? Like a bank vault? Ha! That filthy monkey is gonna get what's coming to him. Mr. Quest, I would prefer if you avoided slandering innocent fiats in my court. Well, Your Honor, Money really is a monkey, in every sense of the word. Ah, I see. Well then, Money likes to go after the shiniest things that he can, and gather them up. Shiny things? Trillo, when was this ring stolen from you? The judge is so lost, I love it. Well, I suppose it was that time, you know, that night, the night of the crime. What did you just say? Details. I need more details. Well, it was stolen right after Max showed up in the plaza. Right about when you saw the defendant walk past, correct? Oh, well, I guess you might be able to say that. The ring might have, well, could have been taken around that time. Ah, yeah! Oh! Ben! What's with you? Oh, whatever. It has nothing to do with anything. Especially not who committed the murder. It's not for you to decide who has to do with what. Now, Trillo, back to the topic at hand. I haven't admitted a thing. Not I, Mr. Trilloquist. What did you do when the ring was taken, Trillo? You know exactly what I did. I chased after that ring-snatching monkey Money. But you weren't able to catch up with him, were you? It's all this slow, loafy fool called Ben's fault. While he was fumbling his way through the snow, that dumb monkey was able to get away. That is indeed an incredible shame. Well, this does indeed prove one very important point. Prove an important point? What point could that possibly be? Ben's testimony has a flaw. There's a huge contradiction in this witness's testimony. Contradiction? The witness just testified to the following effect. Up until the police arrived, he didn't move from the entrance to the plaza. However, the witness just stated that he chased after Money the monkey. When the witness was off chasing Money, there was no one watching the plaza. What is the meaning of all this, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Where are you going with this little theory of yours? I'm saying that there is no possible way that this witness saw the plaza the entire time. That's where I'm going with this little theory, which leads me to my next point. It is entirely possible that someone other than the defendant was at the scene. Interesting, Mr. Wright. Well then, tell me this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Do you have any proof that something slipped past this vigilant ventriloquist? Well, he obviously didn't see the victim, the ringmaster, arrive at the scene. However, that doesn't change the fact that he saw the defendant arrive. The witness is lying. He is blinded by his rivalry with Max. Well, the defense's argument does hold water. This witness does have a history of animosity towards the defendant. What? How dare you? I wouldn't lie just to get that dork face in trouble. He's not even worth it. I saw him. No doubt about it. I saw that worthless liar. Well, just for clarity's sake, let's flesh out exactly who you saw that night. Ha! I've told you so many times. You think you know my story's not changing. You've already changed your story, Stick Boy, and I'm sure it'll change some more. Where there's one lie, there are usually many more behind it. Exactly, Maya. That's why we have to keep after him. Yeah! Witnessing Max. Now, I'll give you that I was waiting that night for Regina, but that doesn't change the fact that I saw Max in the plaza that night. He showed up after I'd been waiting there for about 5 minutes. I said good evening to him, but he didn't even acknowledge my presence. I'm absolutely sure it was him. I saw Maximilian Galactica at the scene. There's no way I could mistake someone wearing those 3 ridiculous symbols. Okay. So that means that money didn't show up until after you saw Max? That's right. Money ran up less than a minute after I saw Max. Then Money snatched the ring and you went chasing after him? How long was it until you came back to where you were waiting? Well, let's see. I'd say about, I suppose, 5 minutes, I think. So the victim could have arrived at the scene in that 5-minute stretch. Mr. Wright, please proceed with your cross-examination. Alright, witnessing Max. Here we go. Alright, waiting that night for Regina. So you were only concerned with waiting for Regina that night. That means you probably wouldn't have noticed if someone else showed up. You should think about how many eyes I actually have. I've got 4, you know. 4, F-O-U-R. Well, counting Ben, of course. With that many eyes, do you really think something like that would have slipped by me? 4 eyes and there's an awful lot of attention directed to one area, I suppose. Yikes. The judge is even more dangerous to our case than Trillo. But that doesn't change the fact you saw Max. So you saw Max coming out of the big top that night? Of course that's where I saw him coming from. I was staring at the entrance of the tent the entire time. I guess that makes sense, especially since he was waiting for Regina. He showed up after I'd been waiting there for about 5 minutes. Got it. About what time would you say these events took place? You're one of the dumbest people on the planet if you can't figure it out yourself. You already know that practice promptly finished at 10 p.m. And you already know that I went to the lodging house right after practice. You don't need to be a brain surgeon to know around what time it was when I saw him. Just add 10 more minutes. I'm sure you can do that. Now what time was it? Indeed. What time was it? What time was it? Let me think about that for a second. Ow! I'm no good at math. It was 10:10 p.m. Oh, yes. That sounds about right. It sounds about right because that's the time that I saw Max on the scene. Good evening. Didn't even acknowledge my presence. So you testified that you said good evening to Max that night? You must enjoy asking incredibly obvious questions. You say good morning in the morning, good afternoon during the day, right? And it's obvious that I'd say good night to someone at night. What, Ben? You got something to add? Let me guess, that's not it, Trillo. You say good evening at night. I'm sorry, Trillo. Mr. Quist, I would prefer if you kept your ventriloquist act outside of the courtroom. Impossible. A performer lives and breathes his performance. You should know better. There's gotta be something wrong with this bit of testimony. Is it his greeting? Let me think. Ben's half of the comedy act. I mean, that is something wrong. Yeah, what's that about? Isn't that a bit strange to you? What do you mean? Well, if you hate Max so much, why would you bother being nice to him? It strikes me as somewhat strange. Why would it strike you as strange? Exactly. How is it strange to be cordial to one of your coworkers? Well, if it was simply just being cordial to a coworker, I would understand. Ow, that hurt! Maybe you should think of having some proof before your lips start flapping next time. Proof is everything in this world. Should have learned that back in grade school. There's no reason that Trillo would ever say something nice to Max. But how do I go about proving that with the evidence? Bluffing is everything in this world. But I'm sure you already learned that one. I guess I can give it a shot. The witness will resume his testimony. I'm absolutely sure it was him I saw Maximilian Galactic at the scene. Okay? You are 100% absolutely sure of what you just said? I told you already, jeez! I am 100% absolutely sure. There's no way that he could be any more confident than that, right? No way I could mistake someone wearing those 3 ridiculous symbols. Those 3 ridiculous symbols, huh? Out of curiosity, exactly how many times you've asked that question now? If you're gonna ask again, I'll answer with a chorus. Everyone together now. Silk hat, cloak, white roses. Thank you very much. Maya,
You didn't have to join in, did you? But it's fun shouting out with everyone else. There has to be a hole in his testimony somewhere. I agree. But do we have the proof to make something stick? All we can do is try, right, Nick? You've got to have something that will prove useful. All right, time to go to work. Let's see. So, I mean, there was something wrong with that. I guess he wants hard evidence, the broken bottle, right? There's got to be it. It looks to be it. Trillo, isn't it not true that you had a fight with Max on the day of the murder? A fight? A fight over Regina, to be exact.
It wasn't that big of a deal. It was just an argument. A disagreement at most.
A disagreement usually doesn't end with someone getting clonked over the head.
Ah!
I like how it just explodes. That morning, Ben got clobbered over the head by Max, didn't he?
What? Is that an admission of assault and battery? Ouch!
Before we handle that, we should wrap up the defendant's murder charge first. The truth is that on the day of the crime, the defendant and witness had a huge fight. There's absolutely no way they would have suddenly become cordial that evening. Moreover, just consider the personality of the witness on the stand. There is no way a puppet this lewd would just up and say good evening to his rival.
Ah!
Are you saying this witness is lying? That he has tried to frame the defendant by claiming to have seen him at the crime scene?
I didn't tell a single lie, honestly. That's enough from you, Mr. Quest. Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor?
Let's clarify this testimony for the court.
Could you explain your theory about who the witness actually saw that night? He's been pretty adamant that he saw somebody, and he wants it to be Max. So, I think he saw somebody, so he didn't see anyone who's right. Obviously, it wasn't Max. Can't be Max. So, he saw somebody different. It is my belief that the witness did indeed see someone that night. It was just someone else. That's who he said good evening to. What kind of theory is that? The correct one. Furthermore, I don't believe the person the witness saw was Max at all.
What?
If he had truly met Max that night, there would have been no greeting at all. Which means there's only one proper answer. The person the witness saw that night was not Maximilian Galactica. That is why Trillo made the effort to greet whoever it was that he saw that evening. Or good evening, as he put it.
What in the world? Would the defense kindly explain who it was Trillo saw that evening, then?
Well, duh. The only person out that night, their headmaster, or the ringmaster. Considering the ill temper of this witness, there's only one person he would greet.
It must be Regina. It's Regina, right? Oh, she's so cute.
No, Your Honor, it's not Regina. If it was Regina, Trillo would have given her the engagement ring as a present.
Oh, yeah. I suppose you've got a point there.
It was Russell Berry, the victim himself, was it not? You're correct. It was indeed Russell Berry. The person you saw that evening was the victim, the ringmaster, Russell Berry. That's why you greeted him, Trillo. Isn't that correct? Answer the question, Mr. Quist.
Order! How do you respond to this? Ooh, wait a second. Well, at first I thought it was the old man, but once I got a better look at him, it was obviously Maximilian Galactica. I think it's high time that we clear the air about this question. Mr. Quist obviously witnessed a single person in the area of the plaza that evening. The problem is identifying exactly who that person was. Was it Maximilian Galactica, or was it the ringmaster, one Mr. Russell Berry?
The prosecution argues that it was the defendant that the witness saw that night. The witness has clearly stated that he saw the defendant's three symbols. Three symbols?
All right, this is getting old. Come on, man, you've got to remember them by now. Here we go again. Everyone all together now. Ow!
Yes, we know. The silk cat cloak and mud roses. A soul cat and a cloak. Anyone could wear them. They'd even look good on me. What was that? Well, the witness has endlessly repeated that he saw Max's 3 symbols. However, how do we really know it was Maximilian Galactica? It could have been someone else, dressed up as him. Possibly even Russell Berry. What?
Miss Von Karma?
Do you have clear evidence that the person the witness saw was the defendant?
Well,
If that's the case, then it is impossible for me to make a judgment at this point. Yes, I think we finally won a point in this one.
that is very unfortunate.
Huh? You're just a little too excited for your own good, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What do you mean by that? You merely established one thing from this witness. You established that this witness saw one person in the plaza that night. I applaud you on your efforts, but... But? Who that person was can only be answered by the next witness. Huh? Your Honor, the prosecution will provide, beyond the shadow of a doubt, an answer to that question and evidence that clearly establishes one thing. That there is no one other than Maximilian Galactica responsible for this crime.
Very well. The court will take a 10-minute recess. During that time, I request the prosecution prepare their next witness. Court is now in recess.
All right. Well, I am going to save, then I'm going to take a quick break. Be right back, and then we will continue with the next witness. And I have returned. Let's go. December 29th, 11:54 a.m., District Court. Defendant Lobby, number 5. Sweetie, you have to believe me. I didn't go anywhere near that crime scene. So then, where were you when the murder took place? We talked about it yesterday, remember? I was in the ringmaster's room. And while you were there, it was the ringmaster who left the room, right? Exactly. He told me to wait in the room because he would be right back. That's when the ringmaster headed to the scene of the crime, right? That's what it seems like. But the ringmaster must have been wearing Max's costume, right? Oh, sweetie, I just remembered. I went straight to the ringmaster's room, still dressed in my stage clothes. But when I got there, I went ahead and took the costume off. Which means... It means that the ringmaster could have taken his costume and went looking like Max. Fabulous! That's a fabulously possible possibility. And well done, Nick. However, sweetie, why would the ringmaster want to dress up like me? Isn't that a bit strange? If you think about it, all they found at the crime scene was my silk hat. What about my cloak? Where did that go? Double, Wow, Max, I never thought of that. You should be a detective or something. Well, I was never quite sure what to be when I grew up. Magician or president? You have no idea how hard it was to make a decision. That's really cool. Fabulous. This mystery just keeps getting deeper. Max for president? All right. December 29th, 12:06 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 2.
Now that everyone is back, let's get started. The court is now back in session. Miss Von Karma, please proceed with the prosecution's case.
Very well. I will now call my next witness. A pitiful clown with the unfortunate distinction of having seen the entire thing. Will Mr. Lawrence Curls please take the stand? Why did you just call him a pitiful clown? I don't know. The witness will state his name and occupation for the court record.
In West Clownopedia, born and raised.
Name and occupation. Oh my gosh, he was gonna Fresh Princess.
Will the witness please inform the court why he is speaking autobiographical gibberish? I'm sorry. I'm just not used to being in court. I've never been in a courtroom in my life. I wasn't quite sure what joke is best suited to this sort of occasion.
What in the world are you talking about? You're in a grand hall of justice, not some comedy club. Since it's easy to see your occupation, please state your name for the court.
Oh, yeah. Maybe this joke is okay. Mom, do I have to wear pants? The sign only says no shirt, no shoes, no service. Okay. How about this? Have you met my proctologist? His name's Dr. Seymour Butts. How was that one? But a couple of clowns are up to no good. Your name. Lawrence Curls, professional funny man, also known as Mo the Clown.
You witnessed the scene at around 10:15 p.m. the day of the murder, correct?
Yes, it is. Very well, Mr. Curls. Will you please testify to what you saw that evening? A rabbi, a priest, and a Rastafarian walked into this place.
Without the humor, please.
Okay.
Aw, poor Mo can't be his normal stoogey self in court. What you witnessed? Here we go.
I know. I'm not the greatest comedian in the world. I haven't been able to make people laugh for 10 years. No matter what I say, all I get in return is a vacant stare and polite applause. Since no one ever laughs at my jokes, I've taken to laughing at them myself. It's a bad habit, but hey, at least I'm trying. Imagine my predicament. I'm a clown who can't make people laugh. I'm almost useless, but I keep trying.
What does this have to do with the testimony?
I even try to come up with jokes just for today. But this atmosphere is very nerve-wracking. I decided to try making everyone laugh. Seriously, everyone. What do you think of me? How am I doing?
Aren't we the ones supposed to be asking the questions here? Witness.
Uh-huh.
We will listen to your call for help after the court proceedings are over. Thus, please stick to the facts of this case.
Really? You'll hear me out?
Well, I'll make sure that one of my staff will be your straight man later.
Thank you. I can't wait.
It's gonna be Gumshoe, isn't it? Poor Gumshoe. Yeah.
Well, now that that's settled, shall we begin once again with the testimony? Of course we can. I'll talk for as long as you want.
All right, what you witnessed. Thank you.
The night of the murder, after practice was over, I went straight back to my room. You have no idea how tired I was that night. I was pooped. I thought I'd go straight to sleep, but before I did, I glanced out the window. That's when I saw two silhouettes. They were a bit far away, though. It was the ringmaster, and he was with Max, who was wearing his cloak. I kept watching them. and all of a sudden, Max clonked the ringmaster over the head. That's very interesting. If this eyewitness account is to be believed, I have enough to pass judgment right now.
Of course you can. There's no way that this account can be criticized.
Well, however, this witness is a bit, how do you say? Off kilter. Almost like he has some sort of atmosphere of guilt surrounding him. That must be because of my insincere smile. Mr. Wright, please begin the defense's cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor. Nick, you've got to find out some kind of contradiction in his testimony.
I know that. Mr. Wright,
Your Honor,
I'm afraid that if you push this witness too far, it would bring disaster upon the court. Thus, I sincerely hope you're not going to engage in pointless saber rattling.
I understand, Your Honor. If you cause this clown to stray from the facts, I will hold you responsible. Why am I responsible? I'm not the one with the corny jokes. Okay, what you witnessed. Went straight back to my room. Can we press him on that? You'd say that practice wrapped up around 10 p.m., correct?
See, that's the thing.
Huh? How exactly am I supposed to make a joke about 10 p.m.?
Now 8 o'clock, and that's something a clown can riff off of. Let's pretend it was 8 o'clock. That way I can make a great joke.
Let's not. Let's not make it 8 p.m., all right, Mo?
What do you mean, let's not? Don't take the clown out of the clowning around.
Come on, Nick, just listen to his joke. There are 3 reasons why I don't want to. 1, I probably won't laugh. 2, I'll get hit with a penalty. And 3, I will get whipped. Will the witness just proceed with his factual testimony? You're so boring.
You have no idea how tired I was that night.
Okay, he was pooped. Oh no. You were pooped that night.
Yes, I was very, very tired. Not to mention I had some bad Mexican food.
What?
The double cheese, double bean enchilada is a dangerous menu item. What happened after that, as they say, happens. Oh, that one was cool, huh? I hear the kids really love toilet humor these days.
That joke was so hip, I don't want to ruin it with a reply.
I've got a good reply, though. That joke was so funny, it just earned you a penalty.
Oh, no. Ah. Yeah. So we gotta be careful about pressing this guy. Okay. Alright, this one seems safe. He glanced out the window. This could actually get us something. You just happened to glance out of the window?
Well, you could say that. You could also say I peeked, stared, glimpsed, peeped, eyeballed. Mr. Curls! Oh, I guess synonyms aren't allowed either.
What should I do? I wonder if I should press him further on this one. Yeah, we gotta keep going. Exactly why did you look out of your window that night?
Why? Why? Clowns don't need a reason to look out their windows, do they?
That's not what I meant. I meant that, well, when we spoke yesterday, I heard this amazing noise. It was incredibly loud. Yeah, like a giant thump. Right.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
You forgot? Your Honor, the witness looked out of his window upon hearing a loud sound. He did not just simply glance out of his window that night.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot to mention that thump, didn't I? Owie, ow, wow.
That's not something you just forget to mention. Yeah, what she said. I believe it would be best if Mo were to revise his testimony.
Very well. Mr. Curls, please revise your testimony.
This should start turning the tables in our favor. I heard a huge noise outside the window, and that's what made me look outside. Alright. And that's what made me look outside. Okay, that's when I saw 2 silhouettes. They were a bit far away. Max kept watching them. All of a sudden, Max clonked the ringmaster over the head. Okay. So, like, here's what I'm thinking. Take a look outside. We gotta be careful about pressing this guy. So, let's see. When he saw two silhouettes... He was the ringmaster and he was with Max, who was wearing his cloak. All of a sudden, Max clunked the ringmaster over the head. Okay. I'm trying to figure out what the most pertinent information is we need. I think it's maybe this one, because he directly says he saw Max clunk the ringmaster. But he heard a big thump, which initially made him look outside. So, what is the logic there? I want to know more about that. You say you saw the ringmaster get clonked over the head?
Yes, I did. It's the climax of my story.
He really does enjoy the completely random non sequitur. What would you say the victim was struck with?
Oh, you mean the weapon? I have no idea. Weapon wasn't found at the murder scene, right?
That's not what I meant. You did say you did see everything, didn't you?
Well, yeah, I suppose I did. Wait, no, I didn't. I didn't see a weapon.
Mo, did you or did you not see the crime of murder committed that night? I will not permit you to harass my witness in this manner. You better have an excellent reason for attacking this poor clown. Because if you don't, you know what is waiting for you. A nice penalty. Isn't this a bit melodramatic? Oh my gosh, 4 points, jeez. So what will it be then, Mr. Phoenix, Wright? Do you have any clear basis to believe what my witness did not see the crime? Yes. Yes, because of the big thump he heard. And he clearly doesn't seem to be comfortable with talking about the murder weapon. Gotta be. I've got a great reason to make my claim. And I suppose you'll be telling us all that great reason? Of course I will. The reason is the witness's very own testimony. What is the meaning of that, Mr. Wright? The Mo said that he heard a sound like a thump of someone getting hit. He did say that. However, Mo just stated the following under oath. I kept watching them, and all of a sudden, Max clunked the ringmaster over the head. If Mo is to be believed, when he says he looked out the window upon hearing a sound, there's no way that he could have seen Max clonk anyone.
In 1972, a crack clown... What?
Mr. Curls, how do you respond to Mr. Wright's assessment?
They didn't commit. These crimes promptly escaped from a maximum security clown car.
Mr. Curls, are you reciting the C-Team theme to anger this court?
No. I'm just stalling for time while I jog my memory.
An A-Team reference? That's extremely random. Great job, Nick. These types of witnesses always seem to have a selective memory. You just have to peel back the layers of the clown makeup to find the truth.
Well,
are you back from your jog?
Well, it pretty much happened the way I said.
Pretty much?
Well, when I looked out my window that night, the ringmaster was already face down in the snow. The prosecution helped me fill in the gaps in my statement.
Von Karma. Tampering with witnesses again.
So now you're saying that you did not see the defendant clunk the ringmaster? I'm just going to ignore the fact that the prosecution is manufacturing evidence, whatever. Yes. When I looked out my window, the ringmaster had already checked out.
Checked out?
Yep, he was on permanent vacation, as they say.
Mr. Curls!
Your Honor, you did not witness the actual crime. However, you still say you saw the criminal, correct? Yes, exactly. The ringmaster was slumped over, and I saw someone's silhouette next to him. Very well. Then please testify to this silhouette you saw, and I expect the truth. And if I even catch a hint of a joke from you, I will put you in a holding cell until you learn court etiquette. Got it? Got it.
Man, that's the toughest we've ever seen the judge.
It was a bit far away, but that shadow could only have been belonging to Max. There's no doubting it, especially since I saw his uppity symbols. His silk hat, that black cloak, they were all there. His face was silhouetted, but there was no doubt that it was him. His cloak was fluttering in the wind, so I couldn't really see what he was carrying.
Okay. Wait. Hang on a second. His silk hat. Did he just say the silk hat was there the entire time? Okay. Because we found it on the crime scene, so that doesn't make any sense.
It does seem as if the defendant was at the scene of the crime.
It took the clown long enough to get his facts straight. But whatever. This should finally be good enough, yes?
It is decisive testimony.
Was Max really at the crime scene that night? He said he wasn't there. We have to believe in that.
All right, Mr. Wright. Commence your cross-examination.
The silhouette. It was a bit far away, but the shadow could only belong to Max. There's no doubting it. I saw his uppity symbols. The silhouette, but there's no doubt. His cloak was fluttering in the wind, so I couldn't really see what he was carrying. Hang on. That black cloak. That black... Hang on. His silk hat, that black cloak, they were all there. Hang on, the black... Hang on, is it this one? Hang on a second, his cloak's purple, not black. There's a problem. You say you saw all of Max's uppity symbols?
I suppose so. That silk hat and the cloak, right?
Mo, everyone knows that Maximilian Galactica has 3 uppity symbols.
3 symbols?
Yay, everyone get ready. All together now. Silk hat, cloak, white roses.
What the?
Who cares if he knew that there were 3 or not? He saw what he saw, and he saw the symbols. He just forgot to mention one. Isn't that right, Mo?
Do you like pie? I love pie. 3.14.
Silence, fool. You are to respond with the whole truth. No fractions.
Order, order.
Mo, you didn't see the roses, did you?
To be honest, there weren't any roses on the person I saw.
The crime scene was dark. It's obvious it was too dark to see that kind of detail. But the witness said he was able to see the silhouette of the criminal's face. Not to mention that the roses are white. There's no way he could have missed them. Then the roses must have fallen off when the defendant assaulted the victim. If that was the case, then the police would have found them near the crime scene.
Mr. Wright, are these white roses truly material to the facts of the case?
Clearly not. He's just toying with this court. I got her on the ropes now. These seemingly insignificant facts have never failed to lead me to the truth yet. Someone is toying with the court, but it's not me. Your Honor, do you recall Trillo's testimony? There's no way I could mistake someone wearing those 3 ridiculous symbols. How can you mistake someone with that crazy getup and his nose stuck up so high? Yep. How could you mistake someone wearing such a snobby 3-piece getup? Yep. Trillo saw them all. Trillo saw all 3 of Max's symbols. However, this witness claims there were no white roses on the person he saw. There's absolutely no doubt that this is a contradiction. Yeah, big one.
Now what am I supposed to think? One is supposed to disregard the pointless, but this...
Judge, forget the roses. Think about his other testimony. The witness has stated without a doubt that he saw Maximilian Galactica. Nothing else even matters. Let's wrap this case up now. Your Honor, it may be trivial, but it does cast doubt on the prosecution's case.
Frankly, I have my doubts about this witness. It seems that unlike wine, this witness has not grown more mature with age. I'm not mature. I've come to a conclusion. I'm 99% certain that this witness saw the defendant. However, my remaining 1% of doubt is quite reasonable, which means that for my peace of mind, I'm going to request a bit more testimony.
What?
If there are no contradictions in his next statement, I'm prepared to issue a ruling.
A ruling? Nick, this is your last chance. The Silhouette Part 2. Okay.
There's no doubt in my mind. There were no white roses that night. However, all the other symbols were there. I'm equally sure of that. Especially the silk hat. There's no way I could forget seeing the decorations on it. He was wearing it the entire time that he was on the scene.
Wait a minute, the entire time we got him.
Mr. Wright, you've got one last chance at this.
Just one chance?
I will not allow even the slightest hint of badgering against this witness.
If you're going to prove to me there's a contradiction
with Mr. Curls' statement, you'd better have at least a shred of evidence to back up your accusations.
I've only got a single shot at this. I've got to be careful. I understand, Your Honor. One chance is all I'll need.
Okay.
I mean, we got it. It's obvious. It's the hat. But, you know, just in case, let's save. Okay. Glacier. He was wearing it the entire time he was on the scene. Okay. Got it at the crime scene. There we go. I think we got it. This wouldn't happen to be the silk hat you saw that night, would it?
Yep, that's it. That's the hat he was wearing that night.
No question in your mind?
Exactly how would one mistake a thing like that?
I see.
Is there some sort of problem, Mr. Wright?
Miss Von Karma, where exactly was the silk hat found? Must you always ask these questions? It was found at the crime scene. The crime scene? That means... The silk hat fell off at the crime scene. However, the witness clearly testified to the contrary. The witness stated that he was wearing it the entire time that he was on the scene.
No, that's not true! Order, order, order! Mr. Curls! Yes, Your Honor? What is the meaning of all of this? You are old enough to know better than to behave like this in court. Hey, that's not right. That's so harsh. What's not right here is your eyesight and your memory, amongst other things. What? Why are you being so mean to me? What did I do? Oh, let me guess. You just didn't like my jokes or something, right? You didn't have to go and insult my eyesight or my memory. They're both great. Seriously, why? Just because you're sitting above me doesn't mean, no matter how old I get, I'll always be younger than you. Ugh. Enough of these childish outbursts, Mr. Curls. Who do you think you are? I saw him. I swear I saw him. It was Max. Even if he didn't have his roses, he was still wearing his dumb silk hat. I'm telling the truth.
He's turned into a pretty little kid. It's pitiful, isn't it?
He left the scene wearing that dumb silk hat. He was there.
He left the scene? What's the matter, Nick? There's something I've been mulling over for a while now. Mo?
What do you want?
You just said that he left the scene. Exactly how did the murderer leave the scene of the crime?
What? He went... what do you mean, how did he leave the scene? You can't ask me that.
Mr. Phoenix Red is badgering the witness, Your Honor. This witness's testimony is so full of holes, Miss Von Karma's protest is useless.
You've got a point. Let's hear what the witness has to say on this matter. Is that all right with you, little guy? Don't talk to me like I'm a little baby. Besides, what kind of stupid question is how did he leave the crime scene? The answer's obvious. He just turned around and walked away.
That's what I'd expected you'd say. You sure that's how it happened?
Say what?
Huh? I'm not sure. I know exactly where you're going with this.
Lawyers nowadays sure do harp on the smallest things. Do you have any proof to counter his story as to how the criminal left the scene?
Well, duh. There's only one pair of prints. They're footprints. Look at this picture. The problem is the footprints in the snow.
Footprints?
In this photo, we can clearly see the footprints of the victim. However, where are the criminal's footprints? They aren't there.
Ay, 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 ay!
So, Mo, exactly how did the criminal escape the scene?
Your Honor,
This witness has already proven that his testimony is completely unreliable. I move to strike all of the witness's testimony from the court record.
I agree. This clown's testimony is as rickety as the clown car he came to court in. Wait just a second. You guys can't just ignore everything I've said. Fine. I'll tell you the truth this time.
You wait a second. I think you've said more than enough for today.
That didn't hurt. I'm sick and I'm tired of listening to you anyways. I'll give you the real deal this time, I swear.
I don't know why, but I get the feeling things are gonna get worse before they get better.
Mr. Lawrence Curls. Yes?
The testimony you provided up until now has been false?
It hasn't been false. I haven't lied. It's just...
It's just what?
It's just I was a bit confused on the bit about the criminal leaving the scene. His Mrs. Von Karma and her whip told me not to talk about what I really saw.
Oh boy.
Order! I will have order! Franziska Von Karma, how could you?
Your Honor, if you had heard the truth from this witness, you would have exactly the same opinion as I have.
What opinion is that?
It's not funny.
That's enough out of you. I'm going to listen to what he has to say.
Now then, let's hear the truth about what you say you saw, Mr. Curls.
You're not going to believe this, but it's all true, I tell you.
Try not to waste our time with your idiotic drivel. The truth. Oh boy, here we go.
Now it's time for our next segment, Mo Knows. Everything that I've said up until now has been the truth. When I looked out the window, the ringmaster was down and Max was standing above him. He wasn't wearing his white roses, but he was wearing the silk hat. That's when I saw
Oh, he flew.
This is the truth now. Get ready for it. He flew. He jumped up and flew through the air. He flew right off, and he disappeared into the darkness. That's why there were no footprints. Flying people don't leave footprints.
I told you it wasn't funny. Do you believe me now?
Well, that was,
How do you put this into words? Maximilian Galactica is a world-class magician. But to leave the scene of a crime by flying, there's no way that actually happened.
You're right. Why is she right? You believe the other witnesses. Why would you believe me? Especially since it's the best part of my story. Well, to be honest, this is the first time I've heard of a flying criminal. What do you think about this witness's testimony, Mr. Wright?
His eyes were playing tricks. This is all just a dream, right? Or he's telling the truth. Pushing it to this point, I think he must be telling the truth. We gotta go with it. What he just said was so strange, I don't think he would have made it up.
Which means that he's telling the truth?
That's what I think. Nick, wait! That means that Max actually used magic. Yikes, you're right.
Ow!
Only a foolish-looking fool could be fooled by such a foolish fool's foolish dream. Don't be ridiculous. Magic does not exist.
I suppose I will let you all in on my thinking regarding this matter. The criminal disappeared into the sky. I'd love to believe that. But I just can't wrap my head around how that could actually happen.
You imbecile.
If you disregard the need for proof, Miss Von Karma's case is sound. However, I've got the feeling that this case is in dire need of more investigation. Thus, I will conclude today's proceedings at this point. It's an undisputed fact that the criminal left no footprints at the scene. So tomorrow, I want us to find out the reason behind this mystery of mysteries. I believe that's enough for today. Court is adjourned.
December 29th, 2:33 p.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby number 5.
Hey, sweeties,
What in the world is going on? That's what I want to know. They say the criminal flew off into the air and disappeared. Max, I can't believe I'm asking you this, but you didn't fly that night, did you? I know you didn't mean to ask me such a fabulously stupid question. I can't fly wherever I please. It's not that easy. But it looks so effortless for you on stage. It's not that simple. I'm not actually flying on stage. I use invisible wires and have them hoist me through the air. Wow. You just told me the secret to your magic. No, I broke the first rule. The cardinal rule. The only rule. I'm sorry, Max. We made you break a magician's creed and never reveal the secret to their tricks. Nick, what do we do now? All we can do now is hope to find the flying criminal in court tomorrow. Great idea. Let's do our best and catch this sucker. All right, to be continued. Okay, we'll save our progress, and I think that's a good place to end off. So we will be moving into the year 2024, finishing up this case next week. So we will see you then.